What is up, my fellow beasts? Welcome back to a new Call of Duty World War II video. Today I want to talk about my favorite game mode in this game, which is War. I absolutely love War. It is my most played game mode. I have also the most kills on War. You can check how many kills you have on War on the leaderboards, and it's just amazing. And I cannot wait for the new DLC map. So today I want to share with you guys a few tips and tricks, and also a few little secrets, a few things you can do on War, and these things are definitely going to make you a better player if you don't know about them already. So the first thing I want to talk about is using your tanks for like surfing on the ground. So when you have to escort your tanks, if you go prone in front of your tank, it will automatically start moving and it will drag you on the ground, which is freaking hilarious. Usually the enemies expect you to be behind the tank, using the tank as cover when you are escorting it, or to be in the MG turret, so they're not really gonna look for you immediately in front of the tank, like under the wheels, pretty much being dragged by it, which is just, it is a lot of fun. This is my favorite thing in War that I always try to do, and I always try to get as many kills as possible while being mauled by my tank. But yeah, you can actually have multiple people doing this, and if you throw a smoke grenade in front of you, then they will not be able to kill you, because as I said, they always expect you to be behind the tank, so they throw grenades at the back of the tank, or they try to shoot through the smoke at the MG turret, and if you're in front of the tank, most likely you're not going to die. And as I said, it's a lot of fun. The second thing I want to talk about is related to C4 charges. When you want to destroy a roadblock or a wall, for example, you have to deploy a C4 charge, and what most people do is, after they deploy it, they just wait 2 seconds until it explodes. But you don't have to wait for the C4s to explode. All you have to do is, after you activate them, you shoot the C4 and it will immediately destroy whatever you want to destroy. This is very helpful because it will not give the enemy enough time to get there if they're not there already. When you activate the C4 charge, it does this little tick-tock sound, like tick 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 whatever, and it notifies the enemy that you planted the C4, or if they're smart, they're gonna know you planted the C4, and they will have time to run there and you know, just camp and wait for you to come through the wall or whatever. But if you shoot the C4 and destroy the thing immediately, it will not give them enough time if they're not there already, as I said. The next thing you can do on War, a lot of people don't know about, is when you are carrying fuel on Operation Griffin, fuel for your tank, you are automatically given a pistol. And a lot of people don't know that you can drop the fuel on the ground and get your gun back. They think that they are stuck to that pistol until either they die or until they put the fuel in the tank. But no, you can put the fuel on the ground whenever you want. This can be very helpful if you are solo, if you don't have any teammates escorting you, and instead of trying to kill the enemies with that shitty pistol, you can simply put the fuel canister on the ground, get your gun back, kill the motherfuckers, and then once you are done, you take the fuel again and you go put it in your tank. The fourth thing you can do on War, not a lot of people do, is you can go through barbed wire traps or roadblocks, whatever you want to call them, instead of destroying them. When you destroy a barbed wire trap, you are pretty much letting the enemy know you are in their area. But if you pass through the barbed wire like a chicken ninja, it's not gonna hurt you, it slows you down a little bit, but as long as you're aiming down the sights, as long as you're ready for the enemy, if they appear in front of you, you will be fine, and you're not gonna make any noise. No one's gonna know you're there until it is too late, until you slaughter everyone. The next thing you can do on War is, when you are defending, you can actually go all the way back until the end of the map, and you can do this to build stuff, and then when you go to those areas again, you are going to be ready immediately to fight the enemy players. Then the next thing you can do on War is, you can steal the flamethrower from the enemy players. You go on the like forbidden area, whatever it's called, I don't know, out of bounds. There's gonna be a countdown, you're gonna die, but you're gonna take the flamethrower and you're gonna be able to use it after you respawn like a freaking beast. And for example, on the Operation Neptune map, when you have to defend the bunkers, oh, that delicious flamethrower from the enemies is definitely going to help you a lot when they try to, you know, go in the bunkers and take them from you. So yeah, on this map I always make sure I steal the flamethrower from the enemy on the first mission. And still related to the flamethrower, this is something I believe not a lot of people know about. When you're using the flamethrower, every time you die you lose a little bit of fuel, so you want to make sure that you don't keep the flamethrower forever, because as I said, you lose fuel every time you die. You want to make sure you don't die that much, but you also want to make sure you don't spam the flamethrower for just one kill. The next thing you can do on war is you can build roadblocks on Operation Griffin behind your tank. So on the first mission you have to escort your tank, and the enemy can build roadblocks to prevent your tanks from moving forward. You want to make sure your tanks get to a certain area so that you can advance to the next mission, and as I said, the enemies can use the roadblocks to prevent your tanks from getting there. But once your tank passes a roadblock, you can use the enemy's roadblock to prevent the enemy from pushing your tank back. And you know, this is something I always try to do, but unfortunately there's always a little Jimmy from my team that sees the roadblock holding our tank, and for some reason he's like, you know what, I'm gonna destroy this roadblock, because that's what we do, we destroy roadblocks. Yeah, little Jimmy, you want to destroy roadblocks that are in front of the tank, not behind the fucking tank. So make sure that you always build these motherfuckers on Operation Griffin whenever you can. And the next thing you can do in war is you can just build half a wall. Now what most people do is they build an entire wall, right? A full wall, and that's kind of cool, whatever. It stops the enemy for a little bit, but because you cannot see, the enemy is gonna get there and they are going to destroy the wall without any problem. So building a full wall is only going to stop the enemies for a little bit. So never build a full wall. At least the one that is facing the enemy spawn should always just be half a wall so that you can shoot them when they are coming at you. Only the walls behind you and on your sides should be complete, not the ones in front of you, as I said, facing the enemy spawn. And then the next thing I want to talk about is my favorite class setup on war. So let me tell you guys what I use here, what pretty much is what I feel comfortable with. So perks, when it comes to perks or basic trainings, I love using HUNKER because pretty much it allows you to survive any explosives, at least one grenade. Then when it comes to equipment, I use smoke. Smoke is very important. If you don't have smoke, you're gonna struggle a lot when you're trying to complete certain things like building the bridge or escorting your tanks on Operation Griffin or storming the beach on Operation Neptune. If you don't have smoke grenades, oh, you're making a big mistake. Then when it comes to weapons, my favorite weapon is the LMG with full metal jacket and, if possible, extended maggo. Extended mag. So war is a game mode where you are in one area, then the enemy are on the other area. This is not like domination, everyone is all over the place, whatever. No, this is like defenders versus attackers. So people are always behind cover, people are always head glitching, whatever. So if you have an LMG with 100 rounds and full metal jacket that allows you to shoot through walls as if they were made of butter, oh, you are going to get a lot of kills and the enemies are going to have a very bad day. And when it comes to divisions, usually I use infantry so that I can put an extra attachment on my delicious LMG. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing I want to talk about war is that kills on this game mode do not count towards your kill death ratio, but wins do. So at least that's a good thing. Now, because kills do not count towards your kill death ratio on war, a lot of people are like, I don't want to play war because then it doesn't count towards my KD. But if you're trying to get camos like gold, diamond and chrome or whatever, if you're trying to get headshots and stuff like that on bad guns, then war is your best friend, because on normal game modes with those bad guns you're gonna die a lot. Oh my god, it's gonna be torture, especially if you have to use something like the shovel or the sawed-off shotgun, you know, something like that. But when you play war, kills do not count towards your KD, so you can die as many times as you want. It will not affect it and you'll be fine. You can still show your KD to your nerd little friends and everyone is going to be happy. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, these are 10 things I want to share with you guys about war. This game mode is absolutely biblical, and if you haven't played it yet, you gotta start playing it today because it's a lot of fun, especially if you're playing with a full team. If you're playing with a bunch of noobs, most likely you're not really gonna have a fun time. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out.